Foxglove friends, welcome to today's reading with me, Rosalind, and this is Foxglove Coaching Spiritual Guidance. So today we are looking at, will this situation ever change for them? So it could be that you're wanting to inquire about a situation between you and another person, or somebody who's going through something and you're wanting to understand if it's ever going to change. It can be romantic, platonic, family related, work related, whatever you like. We'll see what the cards have got to bring up today. And I have been at Crufts today, which is like a show all to do with dogs. And they do different competitions and different displays of different things. It's amazing. So I've gone with a doggy themed card pile, the Goodest Doggies, which is listed in the cards that I'm using if you want to have a look at getting them. They're absolutely gorgeous cards. And also have little Luna sitting here. She might stick her nose in every now and again. But if you want to go straight to the pile that you want, the time stamps are in the description as always. We've got the Eight of Cups as pile 1. We've got the King of Pentacles as pile 2. We've got the Knight of Cups as pile 3. And we've got the Nine of Cups as pile 4. So I'll give you a few seconds just to have a look to see which one's calling out to you. Take some nice deep breaths and just see which one resonates for you. And I shall see you in your reading, Foxglove friend. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to today's reading. So you have chosen the Eight of Cups. Now we're going to see how this ties in with the question of will this situation change for them. But this is all about either leaving something or being brave enough to leave a situation. It can be to do with that point where you kind of take an emotional step forward by leaving behind what no longer serves you. So we'll see how this ties into the reading. I'm going to put that over there. I like this actually. Sorry, I'm just going to come back to this for a minute because there's elements of travel here, mountains and different signs and which way to go. And it says rescue, rhyme and reason, valley of sound, expectations, and it's all to do with, in the book, it's to do with this awesome book called The Phantom Toll Booth. Now for some of you, because of this reference, I know that it's to do with friendships as well. So this, just take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But you may be watching somebody go through a situation that you're worried about and that you'd maybe like them to leave. You maybe think that's the best thing for them. Or perhaps it's just whether you're involved with the situation with this person. If somebody's thinking of leaving, priority shifts. So let's have a look what's coming up. So first of all, I'm going to check out what has been going on for this person. What has been going on for this person? So this isn't necessarily with you, but it's what's been going on for them. So something to do with community we've got here. And how perhaps their community has changed, or they're debating whether to change the friendship group they're in, or the work environment that they're in, or who they're hanging around with in some ways. We've then got the Ace of Swords, so there's been a degree of clarity to do with people that they're engaging with. Let's have a look what else has been going on for pile 1's person. Unicorn, indulge your creative, imaginative and magical side through some form of artistic expression. So perhaps they are quite a creative or artistic person. Maybe they're a musician, or maybe they're into art or acting or different things like that. They might have been spending time with a certain community, a certain friendship group, or a certain work colleagues, or just whoever their tribe is. And there may be, they've either left them or thinking of leaving them because they've had this moment of clarity. So let's see how they're feeling about this. So how is pile one's person feeling about this situation? Patience. Okay, they realise they may need to have some patience. So perhaps this Eight of Cups hasn't happened. They are on the balance of whether to make the shift and change, but they're trying to wait to see what's going on and how things are going to pan out. Imagination, again, we've got imagination twice. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So I want to say that somehow their minds have started to open up. Maybe there's been more of a spiritual influence, or I don't know, there's something to do with creativity, or just the fact that they've had a notion that life doesn't need to be the way it already is. Let me get another card. Let's get one of these. They have indication about how they're feeling, please, Spirit. Dreams. Okay, so perhaps they're in a situation where they've got to consider, do they leave the situation that they're in to follow their dreams, to follow their passions, to open their minds to the concept that there could be more out there, that they really, really, want to follow their wishes, or do they stay where they are? And I feel like they're on the precipice of this, and they're being patient with the notion of, should I do this or should I not? But there's something's happened where it's like they're on the edge of making that step forward, and maybe there's an element of faith required about whether they should do this or not. Let's have a look about, how do you feel? What's going on with you? Now, let's do first, what is going on with you in regards to this situation? Perhaps you can see their potential. Ghosts, interesting. So you may be worrying about things that have happened in the past, worrying that maybe it's not going to turn out the way they want it to, worrying that it might not be quite all that it seems, or maybe it's impractical. It's like maybe you've tried to do this before and it didn't work for you, and you're worried that it won't work for them. There's something from the past for you that is, maybe they've tried to do this before and you're going, well, they've done it before and it went really badly, perhaps it'll be a problem again. And it's almost like you're spending time arguing in your own head about the potential outcomes if they make this change. Spirit, how does pile one feel about what's going on with this person? Happiness. You just want them to be happy. I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. So you're maybe wanting the best for them, which is why you're worrying about what could go wrong because of your own experiences. Oops. Judgment. Okay, so you might be judging things too harshly, I want to say, because out of, concern that you want things to be right. Maybe you're struggling to believe in what they're saying. Sometimes when someone has a vision, it can be really hard for us to engage with that and to go, yeah, it might seem like pie in the sky. Maybe you're thinking that it's a crazy idea what they're wanting to do, and you can't understand why they actually want to do it. So let's have a look. What is What is the potential outcome? No, let's have a look first. Sorry, pile one. It's because this is pile one. I'm just gathering my questions. Are they likely to make this change? Is pile one's person likely to make this change? Okay, they'll need lots of help from other people if they do. So I think part of this is about being supportive. You know, sometimes even if something doesn't work that somebody does, how we get there and the journey that we go through and the people who support us, that's what makes the big difference. That makes a really big difference. Having somebody believe in us, even if it is a crazy idea, can mean the world to the relationship. Yeah, so you maybe need to compromise, or maybe they need to compromise and do this change a little bit at a time. They are being patient, it shows there, but maybe they need to do it a little bit at a time so it's not too big a risk. Because following your dreams, quite often our dreams come with some sort of a risk, you know. So, what does what does pile one need to do? What does pile one need to do? King of Swords. Okay, this is interesting because this is usually quite logical. The King of Swords is usually logical and unemotional, and kind of helps. I think the element here is that you need to help them to work it out practically. Common decency, fairness, values, ethics. So maybe try to work through this in a logical way with them so that they don't do anything too impetuous that means that they fall down, essentially. What does pile one? What do you need to do, Foxglove friend? Oops, what's jumped out there? Yes, take time out. Give yourself permission to stop. Sometimes we just need to slow down and rest up, and yet so often we keep on pushing and pushing, even though there are clear signs that we should stop. Taking time out now will allow you to replenish your energy and return revitalized and with an abundance of focused energy. I think part of this is maybe stop worrying about what they're going to do and to look after yourself a little bit and to take a break from worrying about it or judging it or talking about it. You know, just take some time out from that. But we also got release the past. So this is very much bringing something up from you from the past, which it's said here with ghosts, and that's what's causing a degree of judgment towards what your person that you're inquiring about is doing. It's maybe having a bit of a negative impact because of the experiences that you've had before, and that's not theirs to carry, that's yours to release. So releasing the past does not mean that we forget, nor does it mean that if something bad happens that this was okay. It means that we make a personal choice to no longer allow our history to dictate and shape our life, both now in our present time and in our future. So maybe you need to do a little bit of work on yourself to understand why are you being triggered by this? What is it bringing up? What are the emotions it's bringing up? Look deeper, and don't be afraid to look deeper into yourself to see the truth of how you feel in relation to you. This scenario is just creating something for you that isn't necessarily truly relevant to them, is what I want to say, Foxglove friend. I'm just going to move these down so that we can have a look at what is the potential outcome for pile one's person, please, Foxglove. Yeah, Spirit. What is the potential outcome for pile one's person? Walrus. Remain vigilant about the current situation. Pay attention to signs and omens and let them dictate your choices. So they need to be aware of the signs to help point them in the direction that they need to go to help them go in the right direction. I think that the key is not to rush into anything. Not to rush into anything at this point. Spirit, what is the potential outcome for pile one's person, please? King of Wands, visionary leadership, loyalty, maturity, on track. So, let's put that there. That is a very nice card. I'm going to read this one to you because the book that comes with this is so awesome as well. So this King of One card says, be like barley, lovingly loyal, courageously confident, and always up for an adventure in the mountains of Montana, magical meandering with the people he loves most. The big sky is calling. You might want to answer that. With eyes on the horizon, you focus on big picture visions, knowing your future self will thank you later. With lists of long-term goals in hand, you're feeling fired up and ready for every ambitious objective. With your combination of interpersonal skills and intuition, your aura is extra magnetic right now. So trust the messages that are flowing your way about who you're letting in and who you're letting go. Everyone's looking to you for answers, no pressure. But what they really want is to be asked questions. So my feeling is with this person is that your person that you're inquiring about, they do need to take steady steps, and it shows that they're being patient, but they do need to remain vigilant to ensure that they engage with the right people along this, not necessarily to be totally opening and trusting with everyone, because not everybody will necessarily have the right intentions toward them. But they have got all this energy and enthusiasm and big picture thinking, and that is so important. And I think for you to let go of the past issues that you've got and to start to look after yourself a little bit more and let them do what they need to do without judging what they're doing too much, because this is part of who they are. They need to be able to have a dream, to think big, to be themselves as part of this situation. And even if you're trying to prevent them from stepping forward with that because you've had difficult experiences in the past, the important thing is that to ensure that the relationship between the two of you is good, if that is what you want, you need to allow yourself to be compassionate, kind and helpful to them. Either that or helpful people are going to come along to support them in what they're doing, Foxglove friend. Let me see if I can get you one of these. Some general information for pile one. Connection. Yeah, love is the bridge. Connecting souls, cherish those connections. That is the most important thing in this. Whatever they do, whether they decide to, I don't feel like they're going to plunge fully into this. I feel like there is a little bit of reticence to go whole hog into this. I think there's a solution where they can do a bit at a time and build it up and step into this gently rather than changing their whole life in a massive way or in totality. And it's just important that you support them through this as much as you can. Let me get one of these because it's about the connection between the two of you that is important. not what each of you are doing. And sometimes, like I said earlier, yeah, you keep getting the self-care bit. I think you need to focus on yourself more. It's come out a couple of times that it's important that you look after yourself, because maybe things aren't as worrying or you know, as bad as you might think they are. If that's the case, focus on what you need to focus on for you, to give yourself happiness, to feed your soul, to feed your dreams maybe, and to open up to yourself so that you can be in a positive state and just let them get on with it, I think is the key aspect to this, Foxglove friend. Lots of love and best wishes to you. If you like this, please do like and subscribe, because I'd love to see you again. And I hope you take care and take some time out and do something a bit nice for you, so that you're not focusing on them and what they're doing too much, so that you can have a happy connection with them going forward. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. Hello, pile 2. So you have chosen the King of Pentacles, and we are looking at, is this person's situation going to change? So the King of Pentacles is usually about somebody who has kind of made it, who's been successful, who's steadfastly continued to build a life that's financially successful, in the sense that there's stability, or they've got plenty of money coming in. Let's have a look at how this connects to what's going on to your person. So, first of all, what has been going on for your person, pal 2? Not necessarily with you, but what has been going on for them? What has been going on for pile 2's person, please, Spirit? So, we have got 7 of Wands. Look at that. Challenges, determination, hard work, purpose. And I love that little doggie's got like an award because it's done really well. So this ties in that they've been doing very well and it's been going good for them. Let's have a look. What's been going on with pile 2's purpose, please? Person. What's been going on with pile 2's person? They've worked really hard to be successful, and the King of Pentacles usually suggests that. Do a walking meditation each day for the next week. Perhaps they've tried to be mindful about what they've been doing. Let's get another one. What has been going on with pile 2's person? What has been going on with pile 2's person? Gifts. Okay, so we've just got so much in the form of material abundance, having worked hard, having mindfully, keep working at something, keep moving towards something, and it looks like it's paid off and there's been success. And I love the fact that this bird's got all these different things around it, lots of different things. So how does your person that you're inquiring about feel about this? How does pile 2's person feel about this? Spirit. Indecision. Interesting. I use my intuition in all aspects of myself. So perhaps they're not used to having this level of success, or perhaps because they've got this success and they've worked really hard towards it, they're unsure about what to do going forward. Because let's see what else. How else do they feel? Doubt. Okay. So maybe either it's happened that they've worked really hard to get to somewhere and now they're not sure that they want to be where they're at, or perhaps they're nervous they're going to lose what they've got, because that can be quite stressful. When you become successful and you've got the things you want, you can start to fear that you're losing it, or perhaps they're just doubting themselves and their ability and whether they can actually do this. If somebody's ended up with a new job in the form of leadership or something, you can go, oh my goodness, what if I can't do it? What if I don't know what I'm doing? Or if you've achieved something, perhaps you don't know, perhaps you, well, there's an element of where this person is doubting themselves. Gifts again, we've got gifts twice. How strange. Love's greatest gift is the ability to truly understand one another. Perhaps this person is in receipt of gifts. Perhaps it's a birthday that's coming up, or perhaps they keep giving gifts. Very interesting. Perhaps they're doubting their own gifts and their abilities and what they can do. Let's have a look. How do you feel about what's going on with your person pal 2? How do you feel about what's going on with your person? Health. Okay, maybe you're worried about their health and whether this is good for them. Perhaps you think they're working too hard. Perhaps they're not looking after their health in this. Perhaps they're, keep going at something that, how do you feel about what's going on with this person? Perhaps you're worried about your own health somehow. Empathy. I am open to seeing both sides of the situation. So I want to say that maybe you understand the hard work that they're doing. Maybe you're worried about your own health, or maybe you're actually worried about theirs because they are working so hard. Interesting. So I want to understand what it is that maybe you are thinking should change about this situation. Why is pile 2 inquiring about whether this will change? See what we can find. Survival. So, are you worrying that maybe they're either working so hard or trying to achieve so much that it's a fear of survival, or maybe that this won't continue, this flush of, perhaps if they're getting money and they're literally giving gifts to other people, and they maybe have a lack of self-value or self-worth, you're worried that they're kind of spending everything that they've got and it's going to put them in a position where they're going to have nothing left and go back to a state of survival. So let's see if the situation, so will the situation change? The thing is, if somebody's in a mentality of lack, if they've got issues with self-value, they will keep giving their money away. They won't be able to hold on to it because they don't believe enough in themselves. It's quite hard. It's sort of to do with the deeper subconscious and unconscious beliefs. And then sometimes if people have come from a position where they've struggled to survive previously, they can even deep down not actually like financial wealth, or they may be kind of doing things to try and make them feel loved. So maybe their love language is to give gifts, and there's maybe a desperation about wanting to be loved. Take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But just through my experience of seeing this, sometimes if we're taught that we need to give everything we've got, whether it's energy or money or support or finances, to receive love, we can end up giving so much that we drive ourselves into a difficult position where we've got nothing and nothing left to give. Spirit, will piles 2 person end up, I want to say, losing it all? for a sign. That's interesting. Let me get another card. Will pile two's person end up losing it all? Okay, so it's important that they remain positive, and also this look for a sign card's interesting because even if they keep giving the wealth away, perhaps it will keep coming in because, okay, and I understand that maybe there might be concern about whether that's going to impact on their health in the long term. So just keep being positive for them, I want to say. They're keep being positive. They're going to keep going. Look, this card even is showing somebody holding all sorts of things in their hands, like they've got their hands full of glittering goodies because they've got all these ideas and this light shining from them. They're really enjoying the position they're in. So I think it's important that maybe you stay positive for them and just keep an eye on things if you need to. Let me get some more particular advice for what you should do. What should pile two do themselves, please? What should pile two do themselves in relation to their person? Synchronicity. Are seemingly random coincidences shown up in your life? This card asks you to listen to the signs. We've got this twice. And take them seriously. You are turning into the universal energy of a greater collective consciousness, and these synchronicities are arriving in your world to guide you. Listen. So I think you're going to start to know whether this is going to change or not. It feels like there's certain positive elements because it's telling you to remain positive and just keep your eyes open for what's going on. It's very interesting. You've got look for a sign twice. You'll start to know if this is going to shift and change. We'll look at potential outcomes in a minute because it's amazing how things double up, isn't it, from different packs. But it's important for you to remain positive about what's going on and just things will happen as they're meant to at the right time. Restore balance. This card calls you to notice what kinds of situations, people and circumstances throw you off balance, and more important, what enables you to regain balance and recenter yourself. Noticing heightens your awareness and creates an opportunity for you to become proactive in maintaining your ongoing balance and inner harmony. So while you've got empathy for what's going on with them, I think there's an element where this scenario, because you can see what's going on with their behaviour and you're nervous about whether this is the right thing for them or not, it's maybe throwing you out of balance. It's maybe kind of bringing elements of negativity into your life that you don't need to have. You need to just allow yourself to maybe have some focus on what makes you feel better and balanced and okay, and take control of what you can in your own life. Or maybe partly some of it might be to balance out what they're doing. So if they're giving lots of gifts and things, do something to show them how you're grateful for them. Do something to kind of, even if you haven't got loads of money or financial stuff to support how much they're giving to you, do something that's giving back to them to restore the balance within the relationship is actually what I want to say there, Foxglove friend. So that you don't feel, if you're worried about their health because they're overworking, do something that takes something off their plate. Literally, you could make them a meal, or you could, I don't know, clean up for them, or offer to help them with something that they need to do so that it takes some pressure off them. be there for them to support and to help balance things out, so that you're giving. It's all about giving energy. So money is energy, love is energy, doing acts of kindness can be energy, that sort of thing. Start to look at how you can bring these things back into balance, where you're both investing energy into this connection, but even if it's in different ways. Let me get, what is the potential outcome of this situation for pile two's person, please? What is the potential outcome for pile two's person? Page of Cups, hope, intuition, sensitivity, creativity, love. So the Page of Cups is quite often quite innocent. See how they're looking out there into the light, into the sky, how they're actually getting space and dreaming a bigger dream and taking in the wonder of life. It's almost like they've had time to stop and to consider. And I think part of what's going on for them with this situation that we're looking at is that it's giving them hope. And there may be quite a sensitive person who just wants to have love in their life, who wants to be creative with what they've got. And certainly, financial wealth really allows a bit more creativity sometimes, because you can do things with your home, you can get a home, you can do it up, you can live life in the way that you want to. It's bringing positive aspects to them. Let's have a look. What is the potential outcome for pile two's person, please? It's interesting because it doesn't say that this is going to change. It just shows that there's certain synchronicities, and like it says, to remain positive about what's going on. So I think maybe not to be questioning about whether it will change, to enjoy things as they are for now and starting to feed into this connection in a positive way. Star, more hope. Crikey. Your hope and optimism are a powerful love magnet for you right now. Look at those lovely mountains in the background, those beautiful lakes. So this situation, it's giving them hope, and I think the thing is, there is hope that this will continue in the future, that this isn't going to end. I think both of you maybe need to have hope that this is for the best, and that the good fortune that you're experiencing and the hard work that's paying off is something that can continue going forward. It doesn't need to end. Everything's okay, because it's enabling this positive joy for the future and optimism about what's coming going forward. Let me get you some general cards. What do I want? Let's get one of these. I mean, it's really lovely. I understand that when you get good things, there can be real fear about whether it's going to continue or not, because, you go, oh my goodness, this is so great. Is it going to stay? We've got, stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to the outcome. So maybe you just need to have a conversation. If you're worried about health issues, or if you're worried about what's going on with them, positively but honestly try and say, is this sustainable? And it doesn't mean stop or start. It might just mean maybe find time to take a little bit of time off, or find time just to rest every now and again. Or if there's something you want to say about how much you appreciate what's going on, you might want to have that opportunity to just say, I really appreciate you, I appreciate what you're doing. Maybe the money doesn't matter as much as you think it does, because I care about who you are, that sort of thing, without worrying about what the outcome of the conversation is going to be, or whatever it is that you need to say. Let me get... I want another card for you, and I don't know which one I want. One more of these. I want to say that the situation isn't going to change at the minute. Expectation, and this ties in with remain positive. Expectation is a form of memory. Our past experiences colour our expectation of future circumstances and outcomes. You are asked to release any form of negative expectations based on past experiences and centre yourself in the infinite possibility of now. And I want to say that ties in with the remain positive and the survival element. Maybe you've had issues in the past where you've been in a survival state and you're worried that it's going to go back to that again and that this isn't sustainable. And the thing is, all of this is showing hope, optimism, being positive, allowing things to happen in the right timing, you know, just going with the flow, giving what you can, positively, emotionally, being open about how you feel, but having positive expectations for the future, because they certainly have. They've got hope and they're seeing a beautiful, bright potential, as you know, as this little doggy on here looks out of the window at that beautiful big sky and all the potential in the universe in it, and that's what they're feeling, and that's what this is bringing for them. And I almost want to say you just need to get on board so that you can enjoy it as well. I'm going to get you one more card, Foxglove friend. Alone time. Yeah, so it says spend some time alone. It will help you gain clarity on your relationship. Maybe you just need a little bit of time to think about this. Maybe you're getting caught up in speed and changes and stuff that's going on too fast, and you just need time to slow down and actually consider how you feel and consider what this situation is doing for you and what it's bringing up for you, just so you can address that and feel a little bit more comfortable with what's going on, and so that you don't feel so overwhelmed, maybe, if that's relevant for you, Foxglove friend. It looks like all is good though, and things are going to continue the way that they are, certainly for the foreseeable future from this reading so far. So enjoy what's going on. Just take time to declutter your own mind, I want to say, and restore some balance to yourself and be honest about how you feel about things. Thank you for watching, Foxglove friends. If you liked this, please do like and subscribe. I'd love to see you again, and take care, and thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Hello, pile 3. So you have chosen the Knight of Cups. What a beautiful card this is, look. Now, the Knight of Cups is quite often somebody who can be romantic, creative, sensitive. Maybe they're like a musician sometimes, or a poet, or an artist, or a writer, or an actor, or somebody who has the ability to feel a lot, usually. And it can be to do with new beginnings, in love, or feeling romantically towards somebody. It says inspiration, action, creativity, travel, belongingness, to feeling connected. So we are looking at, is the situation going to change for your person? So let's just put that over there. And first of all, let's see what's been going on for your person. So, Spirit, what has been going on for pile 3, please? What has been going on for pile 3's person? What has been going on for pile 3's person? We've got the Queen of Swords. So this is independent, successful, transformational, truthful. It can also be somebody it can sometimes be a female or somebody who's a bit aloof. It can be like a mother sometimes, who is a little bit emotionally detached. It can be somebody who's divorced. So we'll just see what that's coming up with. Let's see how it plays out. It's very interesting. We've got the Knight of Cups next to the Queen of Swords because they're almost the opposite sometimes. Let's have a look. What's been going on for pile three's person? One is really sort of emotionally connected and emotionally sensitive. The other one can be a little bit sharp or logical, a little bit cold sometimes. Oh, okay, and there's been a battle. So there's maybe been an argument or a falling out. And I can understand that with these two characters because they can be quite opposite in a lot of ways. Let's have a look what else has been going on for your person, pile three. It might be that you've had an argument with this person, or it might be that they are in a situation where they've had a fallout with somebody. Let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected all times. So they may have felt a bit bullied or a bit of a victim, or feeling like that they've been under attack. You see here on this one, it's like there's one that's sort of standing up and being rather egotistical, maybe it's the Queen of Swords person, and this one is feeling like they're being shouted at, or somebody's having a go at them, or they're having to defend themselves. Somebody's maybe been quite critical to them, and it's just made them feel like, oh, it's horrible when you have to defend yourself, or you're feeling like you're under attack, or you're feeling like you've been criticised. And if this is a sensitive person emotionally, they've maybe taken it really to heart, because the Knight of Cups is generally a person who could possibly wear their heart on their sleeves. Sometimes the emotional element of a Knight of Cups, it's not as mature as the King of Cups. They're not quite as emotionally resilient or emotionally mature in certain ways, or is it emotionally intelligent? You know what I mean? So let's see, how does your person feel, pile three? How is your person feeling? Ooh, something nearly jumped out there. Patience. Okay, so there's an element where they're trying to have some patience with this situation. And that's quite often the case, you know, if the Knight of Cups is somebody who cares about the Queen of Swords, they maybe keep trying to engage in this situation, or keep trying to wait it out, to patiently wait for the Queen of Swords character to have a bit more compassion, a bit more empathy, a bit more understanding, to get back in tune with their heart space, to kind of shift into maybe the Queen of Cups space. So sometimes this Queen of Swords element can be shut off for, you know, they can be slightly emotionally unavailable, basically, and that can lead to a bit of an imbalance with somebody who is very in their emotions and somebody who isn't. That can be difficult, but they're trying to be patient in the hope that this person will actually step back into their heart space, or show them more love. Maybe stop showing them this and actually show them something that's a bit kinder and a bit more compassionate. Let's see, how does pile three's person feel? Purpose. I know what I'm here to do. Maybe they feel that by going through this process that actually it's helping to heal the person that they're in a battle with, or the person that there's arguments with, or the person that they're under attack from. How does pile 3's person feel? Passion. Okay, so maybe you're in a romantic relationship with this person, or perhaps this is about a romantic relationship that your person's in, and they think maybe that this is just passion being expressed, or they feel a lot of passion for this person. It might be for you, pile 3, is what I'm thinking, or it might be for the person that they're with. So perhaps there's a romantic relationship. I'm having to twist this a little bit. I'm really sorry. There is a little reflection from my lighting, which is really difficult because I have to keep making my readings in at night time at the minute, because I'm a bit short on time and I want to keep giving them out to you. So let's have a look. How do you feel about this? And then that might help me understand whether you're watching a situation that the person you care about go through, or whether you are the other person involved in these arguments. Spirit, how does pile 3 feel about what's going on with their person? How does pile 3 feel about what's going on with their person? Grief. They understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate. So if you're watching your person go through this, it may be really horrible for you to see. And you may be going, why do they keep sticking with this? Why do they keep going through this situation? If it's with you that it's going through, maybe you feel really upset that you keep ending up in arguments with this person, and maybe there's an element of grief about how you've behaved or what you've done. Spirit, how does pile 3's person, how does pile 3 feel about what's going on with this situation, with their person? Imagination. I think you're hoping that they understand that there are other potentials, that there's other potential opportunities for them, even if they're romantically involved with this person. Maybe you're hoping that there's other opportunities, that they realise they don't need to stay in this position where they're kind of dominated or suppressed, or in some cases maybe it's like a narcissistic gaslighting kind of situation, and that they can actually get out of that and stop being under, it's almost like that old statement, under the thumb, like they don't dare move because the other person's gonna erupt. Now then, let's see what's next. So let's have a look at what you would like to happen. Spirit, what would pile 3 like to happen with their person's situation? What would pile 3 like to happen with their person's situation? Nine of Swords. Okay, so there's stress, anxiety, concern, overwhelm, struggle. Nine of Swords. So I think it's actually that there's a lot of concern around this, a lot of worry. And I'm guessing you'd like that to stop, or to step out of that. Nine of Swords is a very stressful card, maybe like sleepless nights, or feeling trapped, or feeling like, you see how this person here is giving the little dog a kiss. I'm going to read this card here because it's like you want to give this, take care of this person and just give them a hug and a kiss and go, you don't need to stay in that anymore. So The book says, stressors have been swirling around like a cyclone moving in from the coast without enough warning to protect and prepare resources. This storm system has dysregulated the emotions, racing thoughts, creating sleepless nights, work worries, fears about finances, and aching anxiety. Suddenly you sense a big shift, like the eerie eye of a storm system making everything feel different, because it is. Just as you raise your head to look around, you feel the warm embrace of the shelter staff who have rescued you. This is about a dog who's been rescued from the streets of Bosnia and flown over to the United Kingdom, which is where I live, where there's a whole new life waiting for you. No more uncertainty, no more fighting for survival. You have the help you need right here and now. And that's what you want for them. You want them to be able to find that love and that support and to get taken out of this situation. So let's have a look. Is this situation going to change? Pile 3, Spirit. Is this situation going to change? Recovery. Interesting. So yes, I can understand that this person needs a period of recovery. So maybe what's going on is perhaps they keep recovering from what's going on, but there's a bigger recovery going on. Is this situation going to change? The problem is sometimes you in a situation like this, sometimes you recover a bit and then you go back into it because you feel better, because you want the love to continue and you see the best in the person, and then it happens again, and then you recover again, and then it happens again, and then you recover again, but each time you recover it chips away a little bit more. So we've got unlikely that anything is going to change with this. So it seems like they're going to sort of stay in it for let's say the near future, because anything's possible. Let's see what you need to do. Can we have some advice for pile 3, please? Can we have some advice for pile 3? Can we have some advice for pile 3? Gossip and drama. Okay. Now, I don't know if my earplugs have just turned off because they've run out of battery, so apology if the sound's changed. I hope this stays okay. Talking behind people's backs is one of the greatest producers of negative energy, with the potential to affect not only individuals but entire communities. Make a choice not to involve yourself in this. This card also asks, if you are unable to find anything positive to say, then please consider saying nothing. So the thing is not to buy into the drama of this situation, because they're possibly getting caught up in the drama of this situation, and maybe that's making it worse for you. Maybe it's not quite as bad as it seems, or the fact that if they're talking to you and complaining about it, you're maybe taking it worse than it is because you're not on the receiving end of it and it looks worse from the outside. Or perhaps they're feeding off the drama of it a little bit. But either way, the key element is not to feed energy into it by keep talking about it to other people or going on about it and things, because as you focus on something in a negative way, it kind of feeds that energy into it. So if you can't say anything nice about the situation, don't say anything about it at all. And just let's have a look what else. Hold on, let's see what else there is. You understand what I mean by that, I'm pretty sure. That don't buy into the gossip and drama of it, because that might be feeding the gossip and drama that the person's buying into about it. Let me just get more advice for pile 3. Problems. It says this card asks you to view any problems as an opportunity rather than a crisis. Whenever we identify a problem, our very recognition and acknowledgement of this difficulty creates an opportunity to seek a potential solution. As long as a problem remains unseen or indeed denied, the doorway to a potential solution remains closed. So I think the thing is with this situation, as problems arise, instead of I think when you buy into the gossipy bit about it, so if there's lots of talking going on, it can almost push people more into victim mode if that's what they're buying into, or making them seem like a victim. What needs to happen is they need to go, either you need to go, well, what's the solution to this? How can I engage differently with this? Or if they are phoning you to kind of offload some of this on you, you can say, well, what can you do differently? How do you need to do this differently so that you're not keep repeating a scenario, a dynamic that enables their victim mentality? You know, you can compassionately go, well, how is the other person feeling? What's brought this on? What can you do to make this better? What would you make? What action would make you feel better? What's right for you going forward? You know, in a positive way, without kind of slating the other person involved, is what I want to say. Let me get what's the potential outcome for the situation that your person is in? What's the potential outcome? What's the potential, let's say, long term? Well, we can't really go long term because the future's subjective. Let's just do what's the potential outcome and see what spirit gives us. I want this one, do we? 8 of Swords. Okay, so the potential outcome: fear, entrapment, over-analysis, sabotage. So there's something going on with your person that they feel like they can't escape this situation because they don't know how to. And this is where the problems and solutions element comes up, that it's important to make them feel enabled, that they've got choices. And I know you can see that and you want to help them, but I think this is what it's going to be about. It's going to be about helping them to find confidence in a very gentle way and to try and turn things into a positive, so that they're not talking themselves into, with the gossip and drama cards, they're not talking themselves into this being a disastrous, catastrophic, I don't think that's a word, so they're not catastrophizing the situation, so that they're taking practical, grounded aspects to go, I am enabled, I have choices, I feel more confident, you know, because they are going to go into, I feel trapped, I'm stressed, I don't know what to do kind of scenario once or more scenarios going forward. And what is the potential outcome for this situation, please, Spirit? Community. Okay, maybe they'll start to look at how the community that they're engaging with and trying to build up more strength in the community that they've got, whether that's making new friends, whether that's positive, you know, community is more than one person, so that essentially is good, because it doesn't mean that this is all that they'll have. It means that there'll be others that they can turn to, that there'll be a bigger support network for them, that these roots are going down. Look, there's groundedness. Let me just get more information. What is the potential outcome for pile 3's person situation? Trust. Guard your heart. Not everyone deserves your trust. So they will start to assess where they should be placing their trust. And I think part of this is, again, this gossip and drama and the problems. If you can stay fairly neutral and positive in the best way that you can, that will help them to know that you are a safe space that you can be trusted. And I think in this situation where they're having a difficult engagement with someone, that's really, really important, because then they'll start to recognise going forward who they can trust and who they can't trust. Let me get one final overview card. What do we want? Let me get one final general card, please, Spirit. Unicorn. Indulge your creative, imaginative and magical side through some form of artistic expression. So I think that might be for you, and maybe you can engage with them in that way. Maybe you can actually spend some time with them doing creative, fun things that will kind of take them out of whatever's going on here in this difficult engagement with this other person, so that you can have a fun, creative, positive, trusting aspect to this, and that will help to balance things out, and it will help for them to find confidence and to find their feet and to stay grounded and to enjoy life. And it's those little things then that will help. Maybe they need to navigate their way through this situation that they're in. Perhaps, they're not meant to leave it yet because there's more to be learnt from it. And sometimes, even if a situation is really bad, sometimes we still have to learn the lessons before we can move forward in life. And perhaps they'll be able to shift and change things to make them more positive in the long term. But at the minute, it's important that they're still continuing to be part of this situation. Thank you so much for watching, Foxglove friends. If this resonated, please do click on like and subscribe, because I would love to see you again. Take care. Goodbye. Hello, Pal 3. Now then, I'm making this without my earphones in, so I hope it works because the battery's just gone off. So let's hope very strongly that this works and everything sounds okay. You have picked the 9 of Cups for will this situation change for them. Now, the 9 of Cups, it can often be the wish card, or it can also be kind of something where you've got emotional fulfillment, but something's missing. And I love the fact that this little doggy is blowing on a dandelion clock, which is all about making wishes. And also they're wearing a wedding dress, which is so cute. So we've got desire, indulgence, abundance, fulfillment and gratitude. I'm going to put this over here and we shall see how this is playing out for your person. So let's have a look. What has been going on for pile 4's person, please? So this isn't necessarily what's been going on between the two of you. It could be, but it's particularly what has been going on for your person. Spirit, please can you show us? Oh, aces. It says aces of cups. Connection, creature comfort, compassion, creativity. I'm just reading what the Scrabble numbers say. Dog, wolf, greatest, freed, dear. That's so sweet. So the Ace of Cups can be about new love, and it can be about new love of life, or it can be about a new relationship, but it can be that kind of that lovely feeling when you're like, oh, life is wonderful, I feel so alive and all is well. So that's good because it ties in nicely with the 9 of Cups, that something really nice is happening, that there's a love of life going on for this person. Spirit, or a newfound love. Spirit, or that they're in love. Oh, I don't want this one, I want a different one. What has been going on for pile 4's person, please? What has been going on for pile 4's person? Camel. Trust that you have the resources to get you through through the challenges before you. So they may have had challenges. This might have been in finding new love. There may be challenges within that. Spirit, what has been going on for pile 4's person? Abundance. Okay, that's nice then. So we've got lots of positive things. They might have had some challenges, but on the whole, they've got lots of positive things going on in their life. They've got new love. They've got wishes coming true. You know, it's been a good thing. How does pile 4's person feel, please, Spirit? So how does your person feel with what's been going on? Maybe you're in a new relationship with this person. But it looks like, oh, how interesting. Pile 4, your person is experiencing loneliness. Let's have a look. How else is pile 4's person feeling? More abundance. We've got abundance twice. Do you know how many times? Well, you won't know unless you watched all these videos, but this has happened so many times where we've had 2 cards from different packs saying exactly the same thing. So they're feeling very okay. Quite often the 9 of Cups, like I said, can be where you've got everything but something's missing. So maybe they're missing you, pile 4. Or maybe they're missing having a person in their life to love. This Ace of Cups element is to do with, it can be to do with new love and new relationships, but it may just be that they've got a love of life. Maybe they're very open-hearted. Maybe they fully give their heart to things and they've got all sorts to offer. They've got all sorts of abundance in their life. You know, they're doing well. Things are going well for them, even though they've had challenges. They've you know, the camel holds water in its hump so that it can go through long periods that are quite difficult and still be sustained. So they've got kind of, what's the word? They can go the distance, you know, they've got that kind of element where they're reliable, resourceful, they can keep going, but they're lonely in what they're doing. Let me get another card. How is pile 4's person feeling, please, Spirit? Connection. Love is the bridge connecting souls. Cherish those connections. So they are quite focused on wanting more connection, or focusing on, you know, they're thinking about connections. They might even be thinking about a loved one who's passed. For some of you, take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. But there's a certain loneliness, even though they've got everything, so much stuff in life. You know, it might be financial abundance, it might be that they've got lots of friends, might be that they've got lots of financial wealth, or lots of energy and lots of good things coming to them. How do you feel about what's going on for this person? Honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. Maybe you feel they're not being totally honest about how they feel. Maybe they're selling a good show that, yeah, everything's great, I'm having a great time, I'm doing really, really well, hurrah. But maybe you recognise that they are quite lonely in this, in what's going on with them. Or maybe you're the only one who's willing to be perfectly honest with them about what's about what's going on for them. And you want the happiness for them. Okay, well, that's good. So that's how you feel about what's going on with this situation. wanting them to be happy. Let's have a look. How do you want this to change? How are you wanting this situation to change for this person? Gorilla. Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. Well, maybe if you are a family member, perhaps you're hoping that they'll listen to you when you speak your honesty about their happiness. Perhaps you're hoping that, perhaps you think that because they're in a positive state in a lot of ways, that they're not acknowledging missing connection elements, or that they're more lonely than they're letting on, and you want them to be open to family engagement more, more open to more connection with family. Perhaps you feel a bit distanced, or perhaps you think that they're not engaging with their family as much as you think they should. Let's have a look. Will this situation change for pile 4's person? Will this situation change for pile 4's person? I feel like we might need to get this on. Yeah, okay. How funny. Romance is going to come in for this person. Meditation brings answers, interestingly. So it could be that romance is going to come in for this person through spiritual activities, or by ensuring that they get more in tune with their intuition, that they become more honest with themselves. But I think this situation is going to change, which looks like it's jolly good. Now then, what's the advice for you? What is the advice for pile 4 themselves? What is the advice for pile 4 themselves? The spiritual warrior. So, interesting. So it's nice. We don't always get sort of the spiritual card within this one. So it's interesting that you've got the spiritual warrior card as advice for you, pile 4. So maybe you're connected to this person through spiritual things. Maybe if you do meditations together, or if you have spiritual discussions, or maybe you've both got spiritual interests. But it's saying that it's important that you lead the way for this, and maybe there's something you can do to support them from a spiritual perspective that's going to help them to engage with this new romance going forward. I'm going to leave that to you to know what that is, Foxglove friend. Giving and receiving. So, give and take is different to giving and receiving. Taking and receiving are not the same. When we take, whoever we take from may or may not have chosen to give. However, when we receive, choice and respect are an integral part of the exchange. Let go of any need to take and embrace the harmony of giving and receiving. So there's something important about your relationship with this person, in that there's a strong spiritual connection with them, and maybe you've got a really lovely relationship that you both feed into it energetically in a positive way. And maybe it's important just to, I want to say, not be too demonstrative about this subject somehow. Perhaps it needs gentle consideration or support and care around this. I don't know, it's interesting. I just think it's showing that you've got a very genuine, positive, nice relationship with this person that you're inquiring about. Not to try and For some of you, not to try and get too much out of this person, allow them to give their time and energy to you willingly. For others of you, it's about the fact that you do give and receive in a positive way. So take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. Let's have a look. Given that you're asking the question about this, let's have a look how this romance is going to come in, how is this change going to come in for pile 4's person, please? How is this change going to come in for pile 4's person? The X, healing from past heartbreak takes time. Be patient with yourself. So either maybe an X is going to come back into play, or perhaps it's that a little bit more time is needed just while they get over stuff that's happened before. Let me see, how is this change going to... Oh, I dropped everything then. How is this change going to come in for pile 4's person? Let's have a look. 6 of Cups. Again, this is about people from the past. So it might be somebody that they already know that's going to come in and be part of their life. Past lives, childhood memories, forward momentum. 6 of Cups can also be a soulmate connection. So it can be to do with memories from the past, or it looks like somebody from the past is going to come in. Let's have a look. Let's get some general cards just to... Teamwork. So it's maybe through a group get together, or maybe somebody's going to introduce this person or bring this person back into play, or bring this person into their lives. So you can kind of rely on others to do it. Something's going to happen where it's going to naturally come into play. Let's have a look. How are you going to feel about this? How are you going to feel about this? Fear. I realise that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So you might be worried about it for them. Maybe if it is somebody from the past, you're going to be a bit like, oh my goodness, really? But this is interesting. So let's have a look at the advice for you around this. You know, sometimes we can want somebody to meet someone, but when they do, we go, oh no, we're going to be shoved out. But, you know, sometimes these things happen initially while that first flush of love and romance happens. But what's the advice for you? But strong connections always withstand these things. Stay on course. You are facing some big stuff in your life right now. This card is a request that you keep going and stay on course, however challenging this may feel. Please be reassured that right now this is the appropriate way forwards. The universe supports your direction and slow and steady progress is assured. So that's your advice around when this starts happening. Just stay true to what's going on. Keep putting one foot in front of the other and just sort of allow things to continue. So the situation is going to change with the person you're inquiring about. Somebody is going to come in for them, which, you know, it's showing up quite strongly that it's maybe somebody from the past here, or it's a new soulmate but they need some time to get over an ex, and it's going to actually be brought in by other people, interestingly, or part of some sort of group maybe that they're joining. And when it happens, you'll probably feel a little bit wobbled, but it's okay. Keep just go with it is what we're getting. So, Foxglove friend, I feel like I want to get, before I go, I feel like I want to get one card for you. Let me get one more card for you. I feel almost suddenly like you're maybe feeling like you might be out on a limb a bit. Nurture. Nurture your relationships like blooming flowers and they will flourish. So that's a really beautiful card. Apologies for the light on these cards. I'm having to film this when it's later in the evening because I'm a bit short on time, but I still want to share these. So just keep nurturing the relationship that you've got with this person, because it will continue to, be stable and positive. And just keep being positive about your relationship with them, and that'll be all fine. So nothing to worry about, really. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, Foxglove friend. If you like this, please click like and subscribe, because I'd love to see you again. Bye-bye.